বলো। হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, আমি পাঠাচ্ছি।
Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Today we will be discussing about two-dimensional arrays and strings. So maybe I'll wait for maybe 4 5 minutes and also let others also join before starting the session. Okay, I think we can start now. So basically, at first, I'll be covering some basics of like a 2D array and like strings. It is like a kind of like a summary of the lectures, and then after that, I'll go to some MCQ question, some like predicting the output of an program, and then some like coding exercises. Okay. So let me get started. So first thing is that we'll be discussing linear search, characters array and string, then some string operations, two-dimensional arrays, and functions. So like this is just a brief overview. For detailed details on this, like detailed information on this, please visit the lectures which have been uploaded on the NPTEL website. So what is linear search? Linear search is basically, let's say you have an array. So this is basically, let's say you have 100 elements in an array. Maybe it is like some integers. And suppose you want to search that in that array, is there any number, let's say number 50 in the array. So how to do that? So and the answer is quite simple. You just go through each of the element one by one and see if it is matching. So basically, in arrays are stored in a like continuous manner, right? So you go to first element, is the number equal to 50? If yes, then it is fine. Like we got the number. If not, we'll go to second, we'll go to third, like that. So this is how we do linear search. So the thing is that in linear search, let's say you have 10,000 elements in an array, you have to search through all the elements. Okay. So that is how the procedure is. What is advantage, disadvantage? I'll come to that later on. So uh, again, time complexity, best case, worst case, I'll come to that a little bit later. So assume that you have an array like this. Okay, so arrays are basically stored like this, okay, in sequence. Suppose this is your RAM. Whenever you say to the compiler that or OS that I want maybe how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's say you ask the compiler int array with 7, let's say 7 numbers. Okay, so what it will do, it will assign the 7 it will assign some memory for 7 numbers to be saved. So it will point to this location. Okay. So let's say you have 3 here, 9 here, 17, maybe just some random numbers. Okay. 39. You can have the same number again and again, and here maybe 50. Okay. So how exactly to search this? You don't know if the number 50 exists here or not. So basically what you do, you come here, you compare with that, is 3 equal to 50. 50 is the, let's say 50 is a number that we want to search. It can be any other number. If it is like equal, then that means we have found the number. If it is not equal, then we will say, okay, this is fine. We haven't found the number here. We'll come here. Then here, like this. So this is what is called linear search. So basically you will go through each of the element one by one and compare with each of them. So pretty basic actually. So basically, what is the best case scenario? So I'll not come into the notation like big O or those kind of things. But what is the best case? A best case here is that best case in the sense in under which condition uh, will get the some result as soon as possible. So best condition is that best condition is when let's say I'm searching 50 and in the first element itself there is 50, right? So what can you do? We'll say that, yeah, we found the number here. We don't need to search these things again and again, like these things after that. We found that, we'll say, yeah, found the number, done. So best case is when like array of 0 is equal to the number that we are trying to find out, right? So we don't have to search anymore. And what is the worst case? When will it take the longest time? It will take the longest time when yeah,
Element is
when
absent.
yes, element is absent, or there is another condition. One is element is absent, totally fine. But even if the element is at the last position, then also you have to compare with everything, right? So even in that case, that is the worst case. Element is absent. Okay, like I'm not writing all that. Element is absent, or like if it is element is in the last position, then also you have to compare with everything. Then at the end, you are getting that, yeah, it is at the last position. So number of comparisons in both the cases are same. So this is based on worst case. So the time complexity, it is not really not really required for this course, okay? But just for your reference, so in this case, what's happening is that let's say you have n numbers, right? So n can be like for large, it can be 10,000, can be like 1 million numbers, okay? So if you store that in array and you want to search the number, it has to go through every number one by one, and that can take a long time. So worst case means like let's say I have n elements, so it is like proportional to like n, like number of the elements in the array. Okay, and best case is when like I don't care if the array size is 1,000, if it is 10,000, if the element is at the first position only, it doesn't matter. It will just like return then and there only that, yeah, I found the number. So that's why it is like constant, like that's why it is called O of 1. So yeah, this is not really you need to worry about right now. But the question is that how to implement this. I will come to that one. So let's say, let me just copy paste from here for simplicity. Let me just copy paste the int function, but I will code the logic for linear search for easier understanding. So let's say you have a stdio.h, which is like a for input, output, and things like that. You have an array with 6 element 537,192. Okay. Let me just do this without function right now. I'll come to function after some time. Okay. So so the number of the elements are 6, and suppose I want to find 7. Okay. So how to do that? How to do the logic? So I have to run a for loop for all the elements for int I equal to 0, I less than n, n is the number of elements, I plus plus. We have to check if the array of I is equal to the number that we're trying to find out, which is here 7. Then we can say that it is like printf, we found the number. But what it will do, so how to be decisive that we found the number? Let's say I found the number at 7. Okay. Let's assume that we don't have this here. Okay, let's assume for a moment. Let me just run the code. Okay, this will print that we found the number. Okay, maybe we can write the position as well at index %st. I can give the index I. Okay, So we found the number at index I. So I is like index 2. Here we have found the number. Let's say we did not find the number. Let's say target is instead of anything like that, target is 10. What will happen? It will simply not put anything, print anything, right? Uh, so how to make sure that I get some output? Like it should show that we found the number, or it will show that we haven't found them. It is not like it should not be like indecisive. So we can, for that, one thing is that we cannot just write else statement here. Okay, if we do that, it will print every time. Not, let's say I am writing not found. So that is not a good solution. For 5, it will write not found. For let me look at this. So what it will do for 5 also it will say not found. For 3 it will say again not found so many times. Okay, and okay. So what we need to do is that we need to uh, set a variable maybe int found equal to, let's say 0. 0 means not found. Okay. Let's assume that 0 means not found and 1 is found. Okay. So what can we do? Let's say if array I equal to target, we can simply say that uh, found is equal to 1. Okay. Then we can check at the end. We can check here if found is equal to 0. Means still we haven't found the number. So then only we can write not found. Okay. So this, let's just forget about this part. Oh, sorry, this is just Python syntax. Sorry. This will be int found equal to 0. Okay. Okay. So here it is like showing not found, but let's say if I give another number 3, maybe which is already in the array, it will say found. Okay. Till now I hope it is fine. But can anyone say any problem with the method? Anything wrong in cases where it is not a good idea?
Sir, can we use break statement?
Yes, exactly. So basically, let's assume that we have multiple numbers. Okay, let's say target. We have duplicates, 3, 3, maybe another 3. Okay, like this, and we want to find 3. So what will happen? It will print again and again. We found the number at index 1, index 2, index 4. But the question is not that. Question is that does the number exist or not? So what can we do? We can do simply that after we have found the number, we can simply print break. So what it will do, once we have found the number, it will break the for loop and then it will come here. Obviously this condition is false, so it will not print anything. That's it. So again, we have 3 duplicates here, but let me run the program. So only once it is printing that we found the number in index I. So this is how you do linear search. I hope it is clear to all of you. Okay. Then let me go to how basically the visual representation of how searching works. So
Simultaneously.
Okay. 1 minute.
okay, so let me continue. So how basically this kind of search function works in the like array in the memory, just like I showed in the diagram. So number are step like this: at first 3, then at first 5, then 3, then 7. It will compare with first one, then second one, then third one, like that. Okay. So this is how it works. Then I'll come to how to do that if functions as well. Then right now, let me focus on character arrays. So characters arrays is basically, let's say, right now I have shown that we have an integer, and in the integer we have uh, like some sequence of numbers, but not necessarily it has to be integer only. It can be characters, right? So let's say how to define character array. It is very same as like this last time. How did you do? Int name. Then we gave something within the second bracket, right? So same thing we can do, or we can just give it within the double quotation. So one thing to note here is that here, so okay, one important point here is that in string, there is a null terminator. Null terminator means like let's say you have some numbers, you have some characters, then how do you know that when to stop, right? Like let's say I'm saying that hello is written, then how will I know that I should stop at hello? I'll not print anything after that, right? So for that we have /0. So this is used to say that the string is ending here. Anything you don't need to read anything after that. So let's say I have maybe like 1,000 thousand, let's say like characters, okay, in an like array of string, and maybe I am occupying just just a 5 elements at the beginning, okay, 5. So after that, what do? We append the /0, which is a null character, or null character that we say. So that is how we say that just stop here. There's nothing important after the this point. Okay. So let me just define that. Uh, so one thing to note here is that let me just copy this one as well. So basically, what exactly I'm doing here, I have initiated a character array. Okay. So with 20 characters, it has to 20 characters. Okay. So this is character 0, character 1, character 2, character 3, character 4, character 5. After space is also a character. So it is like character 6, character 7, character 6, character 7, character 8, character 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So there are 12 characters that we can see. Let me uh, print here. Let me just disable this part. Let me just at first print the character only. So it is hello world. I can just print the character or string with %s. %s means like string. So this is just used for printing. Let me just print the like size of the array. Okay, here. Printf. So how to print size? There is a something called strlen. Strlen is means string length. Okay, there you can pass the character array greeting, and it will print the number.
So string.h we need to use.
Sorry. No, sorry, this is not a string. Just fine actually. I'll come to that. I'll come to like calculating the length. Let me go here. So one thing to note here is that see you have allocated hello world, then exclamation. One thing to note here is that there is an /0. /0 is a single character. Okay, this is not multiple character. There is a single character called /0 null character, which is already present here, but it will not print it because this is used to uh, let the compiler know, let the OS know that we have entered here. There is nothing to store. So we are allocating 20 characters, but we are storing only maybe 13. So after at the 14th point, we'll say stop at here only. No need to look anything behind this. Okay. So I'll come about the like calculating length and everything in the next few slides. Okay. So another thing, let me just comment this. So how to read inputs from the user string input? You can use fgets. Fgets. You have a character array. You can give that 100. 100 is the number of characters you want to read. Like 100 is the maximum number. Okay. Like it will not take anything more than that. And standard it means like you are just reading it from terminal. Here, this is actually terminal. IO terminal. So let's say uh, hello world. It has printed hello world. Then enter your full name. Let me write my name. So what it will do, it will store the full name into the sentence array of characters. Okay. Then when I'm writing welcome, it will print the welcome. Then puts is used to like print a string. Okay. So put string means like put and s means string. Okay. So it will print whatever string has been saved in the sentence. So in sentence here, I have stored like my name. So it is printing that. And then we can also access all the elements with like a greeting. Like we can uh, access the element just like in array. So let's say I want the first element of hello world. Okay. So it is like 0. I want first element of this. So in that case, what do we have to write? We have to write sentence of 0. So let me run it again and let me give my name again. So what it will give B, because B is the like first character here in the input that I have provided. Okay. So then what is the size of greeting here? Here we have allocated 20 characters. So it is 20. So this is how you can use size of to like calculate the number of like allocated memory for this. Okay, then I'll come to the next part. There are some, let me go there. There are some string operations. So one thing is that string length. Okay, so string length will print like hello. Like let's say I'm giving strlen in string length. String length of hello is like 5. Why? Because like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will not include any /0 or null character. It will not consider that. Then strcpy. So str means string and cpy means copy. So here, what does it do is that here at the like right hand side you have to write source, and in the left hand side you have to write the destination. So first argument is destination, second argument is source. So let's say you have a string variable which is like d, and you want to copy the high to the string variable. So you will write like this, then high will be like copied to the variable named d. Okay. Then another thing is this strcat, which is string concatenation. A string cat means like let's say I have high and one string, and I have like exclamation mark in another string. So what it will do, it will copy this at the end of high. So it will be like high, then it will be like exclamation. Okay. Then another thing is that string compare, strcmp. So it is used to see if two strings are equal, like if they are same at every index, then only it will return 0. But if they are different at any index at all, then it will return 1. Okay. So these are the 4 operations. We'll use that very soon. Okay. So okay, let me type this function here for an example. So basically what I am doing here is that I have hello written here, and which is S1, and I have So one thing to note here is that in the earlier here, I have written size of, right? Size of greeting. What did it return? It returned the total memory required for that. But here it is returning the length, right? str length means length of the how many characters are there in the string. So see here, 50. 50 means I am in the string. I am saying that I am allocating 50 locations. 50 characters can be there, but there are only 5 characters. So what it is printing? 5. Okay. So one thing to note here is that in str length, null character is not counted. Okay. Then in the next step, what is happening? I am saying that I have another string S3. In that, I want to copy S1. S1 is what? Hello. So at this point, what is happening? Whatever hello is there in S3, it is getting copied to S3. So if we print S3 now, it will be like hello. Okay. Then concatenate. I am saying I have S1. S1 is hello. I am saying after that concatenate the word like world. Okay. So what will happen after the concatenation? It will say hello world. And then let me compare S1 and S2. Are they same? Not really, because S1 right now is hello world and S2 is just a world. So they are not similar, so they are not equal. Okay, so it will be not equal like that. So yeah, very simple stuff here actually. Hope it is clear. If it is not clear, please feel free to ask here. Then okay, string reversing, which is also very similar to the reversing an arrow as well. So basically, you have to just you have to just think of it like this: like you are starting at the beginning, you are replacing, you are swapping the first element to the last element, second element with second last element, and so on till the till you go to the middle part of the string. Then you stop. So yeah, I'm not running this experiment again. Let me go to the next slide. Next slide is 2D array operations. So 2D array operations, what happens is that you have like nested array. So let's say assume that as a matrix. Okay. So consider like this. So type name here is like type can be type here. Type means it can be int, it can be float, it can be character like that. Name means name of the array. So it is like int array. At first you have to give the number of rows, then you have to give number of columns. So you can think of it like this. So you have 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay. So this is like this, and not necessarily you can have any number of, so it can be like 1 comma 10, it can be like 10 comma 200, whatever. So this number need not necessarily be same. This is a square matrix. It can be rectangle, it can be anything. Okay. So number of rows and columns, it need not to be the same. One thing to note here is that whenever you're trying to access the first element of the first row and first column, so that's why you have to give 0 and 0. So first row, second column, 0 and 1. So like first row means 0th index of the row. So 0 here and 1 here means second column, right? Like that. So how are they stored in the memory? Like I told in the array, they are stored in the continuously. Like let's say you have 5 elements, they are stored one after another. So in case of 2D matrix, there are depending upon the OS and compiler, there can be 2 ways of storing that. One is that like row measure order means I will store this one first, then this one, then this one, then this one, then this one, like that. Another way is which is called column measure order. So I will store this one first, then this one, like that. So there is two types of approach. Okay. So it is very simple to remember. Row measure means we'll store row wise. First row I'll save one after another. Then I'll come to the second row. Then come to the third row. Similarly for column measure order, I'll store the first column first, then second column like that. Okay. So these are the basic things. Then let's say we have we want to print a matrix. Let's say we have a 2D array. I want to print that. So how exactly to do that? I'll come to that. Let me just copy the array declaration. So assume that I have defined a matrix in matrix 3 by 3. How exactly to print that? I can just what do I need to do? Here the location is 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2 like that. So there are two things that we need to change, right? One is row, one is for column. So we can write like this. So let's say number of rows here is 3. Int number of rows is 3. Number of columns is also 3. What can I do? For int I equal to 0, I less than number of rows, I plus plus, for int j equal to 0, j less than number of columns, j plus plus. Here printf percentage d matrix array index, row index and column index, right? And what it will do, it will just print a line like everything in the same line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if we want that after every row, give a new line, that is also possible. Printf /n, just like this. So it will print like after every row, it will print a new line for a matrix. Okay. Then let's say I want to add two arrays. Let's say I have a matrix 1. This is matrix 1. And let's say I have a matrix 2. Matrix 2 is also, let's say, same only. Okay. Same numbers only. Okay. Let's say I want to add that. How to add that? Simple. Just like this. So you have to iterate through all the rows and all the columns and simply add them just like that. So let's say I want to store the matrix into something, int maybe sum 3, 3. Okay. This is the matrix where I will store the result of the summation. So how to do? For int I equal to 0, I less than number of rows, for int j less than number of columns, j plus plus. Okay. What do we need to do? We just need to add that summation I j is equal to matrix 1 I comma ij and matrix 2 ij. So basically what I'm saying is that at first row, first column, take the corresponding element for matrix 1, take the corresponding element in matrix 2, add them and store the summation to the sum array. Okay. So that is done. then let's say I want to print the result. So instead of mat, I'm just writing sum. Let me run the code now. See, so 1, 2, 3 plus 1 to 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, like that. So let me again change it in something like this. So yeah, 1 plus 5 is 6, 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 3 is 6, like this. So basically for 2D array, you just have to write a nested loop. So nested loop means there is one loop here. Within that, there is another loop. So that's what we call nested loop. So you just have to write a nested loop and write the operation in this manner. Okay. So this should also be clear here. In here, in the side, I have written in like with the function, but I'll come with function now actually here. So what is function? Function is basically like it is like specific part of the program, which like let's say you have very complicated. You want to build a very complicated program with many addition, divisions. You have some library. You want maybe let's say library management software you want to build. Okay. So if you do everything within the main, it will get very cumbersome, right? It will be like very difficult to manage. That is one thing. So there are some other reasons as well for using functions. But let's say another thing is that let's say you want summation. Okay. Let's say I am writing matrix addition here. Okay, this one. Let's say I want after I wrote many other code. Okay, then I thought I need the summation function again, like sum again. What do I need to do? Do I like again we have to copy this thing since the variable names and everything. That is not really a like good idea, right? Like let's say a few days later, I thought maybe the logic was wrong. I need to change the logic here, summation. So again, I have to change everywhere where I have copied this. So for that, we have a solution called function. So let's say, let me take example of this only. Okay. Let me say, I am initializing an array in let's say, okay, let me go with simpler example only. That this will be difficult for you to remember because it involves 2D matrix already. So let's forget this part. Okay. Let's just go with sum. Int sum, int a, int b, sum, sorry, return a plus b. Okay, let's say you have a number here. Int num equal to 2, num 3 equal to num 2 equal to 5, let's say, and int result equal to, what do you have to do? You just have to call the sum function, okay, and give num1 and num2. What it will do, it will consider num1 as A, num2 as B. It will calculate the summation and it will return the value. So in the result, what will happen? Say value will get stored here. Okay. And you can just print the number. Sum is okay, you can print it here. So sum is equal to 7. Let's say then you done some operations here, maybe anything, okay? Anything you have done here. Printf, anything, printf, hello, again, things like that. You have done many things. Then again, after some point of time, you need the summation. What will you do? You can just use this only. Or even without this, you can use, let's say you need sum of like 2 and 4. What can you do? Sum 2, 4. What's this? I should have given slash in here. So the basic thing is that here you need the sum once here you are using it. Again you are needing the sum function you are using here. So it does not look so good with just a sum as the example. But let's say you have a long sequence like calculating a very big equation, right? So in this case, you can just use the function again and again whenever you need them. Otherwise, you would have to copy the same code. Let's say you have a 50-line code to calculate an equation, a solution of an equation, right? So maybe you need the equation like 10 to 20 times in a program. So one idea is that you will have to copy and paste everything again and again whenever you need them, which is really a bad idea. But with function, you can just like write like this. Here int means the function will return integer value, right? So here a and b it is adding and returning an integer. So it is returning 7 and 7 is getting stored here like that. Similarly, 2 plus 4 is 6. So it is just printing 6 here. Okay. So this is how function works. So one thing I wanted to also say. So one thing is that let's say you don't want to declare the function now. Let's say after, for whatever reason, you want to define the function later. Okay. So what will happen? It will go here. It will start compiling. Then it will come at this point, result equal to where there is some function. Okay. But the problem is that at this point, the compiler does not know that what the sum function is. It is not mentioned here. So if you want to declare that later, there is a solution in sum int a int b. So what you are saying that to the compiler that I know a function. Okay, I'll define that later. But this is the type. It will return integer. It will take 2 integers as the input to the function. Then the compiler know, yeah, this function exists. Sum is the function that we need to, that the user has told that this function exists. And if we try to search, we'll get it somewhere. Okay. So this is what is called like function declaration. Okay. But if you are just defining it at the beginning only, so this is not really required. It will just work as it is. Okay. Then function definition is this one. So basically, this one, you are defining the function. You are saying what are the operations that will take place within the function. So that is called function definition. Function call. Basically, whenever you are call you are in the main function, and you are calling the sum here. Okay. So that is called function call. You are transferring the control to the function, and the function will return something. So that is called function call. And the return is obvious, it will perform some operation and return a value from whatever it is calling. So not necessarily that you have to call the function from the main function only. Okay, you can, let's say there is another thing let's say there is something called subtract. Okay, subtract. No, let's say there is something called add one or subtract one. Subtract one. Okay, so it will take, let's say it will take a number and it will just return number minus 1. Okay, so let's say we have this is another function. So what can I do? we can also call like let's say a equal to subtract 1 a. So that also we can do. Okay, so let's say printf a equal to %d. So initially here we have passed what? We have passed 1 is equal to 2. But after passing to this function, value of the a become 1. And then this is just printing that only, right? So remember that this is very much possible to call another function within one function. Not necessarily you have to do everything within the main. Okay. Then okay, let me go to the next one. Okay, so defining in the calling function, I have defined already. There is some examples. We don't really need to discuss all of them here. Okay. Okay. Finally, there is. I will go through this very briefly. So there is one concept called pass by value or pass by reference. So let me just draw. Let's say you have an array. You don't have array actually. Assume you have just an integer. Let's say you have int a. So if you declare int a, what the compiler will do, it will allocate some memory to store the integer. Okay. And let's say you have assigned is equal to 5. So it will store 5 in here. So whenever you're passing that, let's say we're saying that there is a function, let's say void display, which will take some integer int a, let's say, and it will give like this. So printf %d a, and you have a main function which is calling it is calling display this int a equal to 5, then it is calling display a. All right. So there is no complicated operations here. What is happening? Whenever you are seeing int a, it is allocating like this, okay, and it is assigning 5 to the memory location. And whenever you're calling display, what does it do? It creates another copy. So it will say that I am passing a, so it will copy the 5 to another location. Okay. It will like basically not another location, it will copy the 5 and give it to the integer. Okay. So let's say I am defining something else here. Let's say here I'm saying that a equal to a plus 1. So that means key. That means what? I'm writing here 6, right? But if I display it here now, like printf %d a, what it will print? It will print 5, not 6. Why not 6? Because originally a was here whatever we have given to the display, we have just copied the value. We didn't give the this location. Okay, we give that I gave you the number 5, and you do all the operation you want. Okay, so what did it did? It added 5. So maybe that copied is like here. Copied location is maybe here. Okay, it added 5 to here. So it is like 6 here. So if you print within the function, it will show 6. But if you print within the main function, it will print 5, because in the main function, A is here only. A is not here. Okay. So this is called call by value. So basically, call by value means it will just copy the value of the integer or float, and then only it will give it to the let's say the function. So this is one thing. But let's say I want something so that like I want to like consistency. I want that I want so that I want to define the function in such a way that I want the changes that I made here is also visible here. So how to do that? We have something called call by reference. Okay. So in that case, what do? We can just write like this. So in C, we can write like this: ampersand. Ampersand is used to kind of like provide address of an integer. So if I am providing with address ampersand A, it will provide that it will not provide a copy. It will provide a address of this, and then if we make some changes there, then it will stay preserved. So again, this coding of this is not really required at this point, so I'll not go into that. But call by value and call by reference, I hope this part should be clear to you. Okay. So enough of the discussion. So I'll go to questions now. At first, we'll start with very easy questions, and then I will go to some complex output prediction, those stuff. Okay. So the first question is that we have two statements. Array elements are stored in memory in contiguous location. Is it true or false? And statement 2, an integer array always terminates with /0, which is null. So which of the statements are false?
Second statement is false.
Okay. Any other? I got option A. I got one option, which is option C. Both statements are false. Okay. Any other answer? Option B. Okay. Okay. Mostly option B. So the correct answer here is that. Let me check one by one. So array elements are stored in memory in contiguous location. That is absolutely true, because see in here, just as a different here. So even in the memory, it is stored one after another only. Okay, so that is why it is very fast to access element in the array, because I know that at 1000th location I have the array. I have the number 0, like first number. I can know at 1001 we have the number 2, like that. Okay, so this is why this is very efficient. So this statement is obviously true. Okay, so this is not false. So this and option C is not true at all. Then an integer array always terminates with 0. So that is not really the case actually, because see, I told in character array will terminate with 0, like a null, not an integer array. Integer array, like we can have 5 element, every element can be there. There's nothing to indicate like this is the end. Okay, so this is first statement. So option B is incorrect. So the correct option, second statement is incorrect. So option B is the correct option, that only option 2 is like false. Okay. Okay. So let me go to the next question. If two strings are identical, then str compare function returns what? 1, 0, -1, or none of this? So compare, I just discussed today only in the beginning. Option B. Okay. Yeah, so option B is 0. So it is totally correct. Like if the strings are totally identical, then it will print, it will return 0. If they are not identical, it will return 1. Okay, so 0 is the correct option here. Okay, then it is, okay, so basically you have an array, and here you have 3 first, within that you have A. So anyone have any idea how will that work? Okay, one answer I got 40. Any other answer? Okay, so basically, in C, so basically, in C, pract practically, this is actually like, if you want the answer, it will be same as writing A within bracket 3. Okay, so the answer is 40. So like even if you write A within bracket 3 or 3 within bracket A, the calculation is different, but ultimately you will reach at the 8th index, like third index in the 8th array. So 0, 1, 2, 3, third element is 40. So the answer is 40. Okay. Then next question. Okay, this one you need to answer. You have a character array, and then I'm printing the array as a string. What will be the output? I'm getting some answer as array string. So you are saying that I have /0 here, So that will be space. Why that will be space? Why not /0 only or anything else? See, this is not space. This is like /0. Yeah, /0 is null string, but null doesn't mean space. Space is like spaces has some value. Null is means it does not like it is non-existent. Someone is writing array, then okay, so definitely it is not like small. Someone wrote string with small like lowercase s. That will not be the correct option, obviously, because there is nothing changing the uppercase to lowercase here. Okay. Okay, I got some answers. Okay, so actually I got some correct option here. The thing is that here the option, it will not print the everything. It will not print array /0 string, nothing like that. It will print only array. Why? Just like I told before, like /0 means like null, and that means we are ending it here only. Okay. So whenever there is some function printf, what it will do, it will print the first character, second character, third character, fourth character, fifth character here. Whenever it comes here, it will assume that we are ending here. It will not check whatever is there behind that. Okay. So it will only print the first 5 characters, /0 it will not print. So only until array will get printed. Okay. So anything after /0 will not get printed. So that is why /0 is used. It is to indicate that we're ending the string here. There is nothing you don't need to check anything after this point. So anything after this point will not get printed. Only until this it will get printed. Okay. So the correct option is array. Okay. So the next question. We have two string. There is some string concatenation operation. There is some string copy operation. Okay, so anyone who are writing answer, please also make sure that you are writing the like cases like uppercase, lowercase, those things also you should write properly. I got some answers. Programming language without any space in between. Okay. So yes, so what exactly is happening here is that the correct option is the answers are correct actually. It is programming language without any space. So there are two parts. What will happen here? There is str copy and there is str concatenation. So this is within the bracket. So this will like occur first, strcat. So strcat, what does it do? It will copy the str2 to str1. So what is str2? Str2 is language. So it will concatenate language with uh, programming. So it will be like programming language, right? Then what it will do? Here it will be like programming language, and then it will copy that programming language. It will copy the programming language to string 2. Okay. So at this point, both the string 1 and string 2 will be programming language. But anyway, the str copy will return the value which is in str2. So str2 is programming language. So here, programming language will be printed. Okay. So note here that there is no space here. There is no space here. So it will be like it will there will be no space here as well. Okay. So that thing you need to consider. Just because like there is like if we write in English we give space, but the program will not do anything like that. Okay. So that you need to be careful. Okay, so size of, there is some question, it's size of we use to calculate like the size of the string. So what will be the output here? We have some two strings. One is defined directly, another is defined through like say each character separately, and then we are calculating the characters like size of this. So what will happen actually? Are the sizes same? What exactly are the size? Those are the two things you need to. Any answer on this? Okay, I got an answer in 1 equal to 8, into equal to 8. Any other answer? Hmm, 8, 7, 7, 1, 2, 3. But how exactly can it be 7? I can already see 8 characters here. Okay, so I can say one thing, 8, 8 is not correct. Intuitively, it seems to be correct, but it is not really correct. So one point to notice that in string length, str length, it will not count the null character. Okay, but in size of it will like consider the null character as a like additional value, additional size. So are you sure that in both the cases, null character will be appended at the end? There are two type of definition. One is like I'm giving the entire string, and the second is like I am giving it one by one. I'll explain this. So basically, what is happening here is that there are string one. So what happens is that if you give string, for example, here, I love C. In that case, what it will do, it will, because you are giving a string, it will append a null value here, okay, /0. So this is actually combined, like it is not like two characters, this is one character only, okay. So what will be the length then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it is 9. But in string 2, what is happening? You are explicitly saying that this is the array I have, and I am assigning I to the first character, hyphen to the second character, like that. You are saying everything you are doing manually. Okay, so the compiler or the OS, they will not automatically append null value to the end. So if you giving a string, what did I say? Whenever you are using a string, there is a null value. Okay. So since you have given it a string, there is a null value. But this is not a string. This is like you are giving each character one by one. So it will not append anything. It will just it will consist of the 8 characters. There is no null value at the end. So in that case, the size will be 8. So I love C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 values will be there. There is no null value, so that will not be considered. So N1 will be 9. Let me N1 will be 9, and 2 will be 8. Okay. So yeah, I have some detailed explanation like that. So here we have like 8 visible characters. We have and /0 is automatically added. So size becomes 9. But in this case, nothing is added because it is character. In character, nothing gets appended. But in case of string, things get appended. Like null character gets appended. Okay. So here the value is 9, here it is the 8. Okay. I hope it is clear to everyone. Then let me go to the next question. This is quite the easy one. I think we have discussed this before as well. Okay, so the answer is 720. Why 720? What's happening is that it is we are running a loop and we are going through I equal to 0 to 5. So let's say initially when I is equal to 0, then what is the value of m? M will become 1. So earlier value of the m was 1. So 1 into num of 1, num of I. Num of I is 0. So num of 0 is 1. So 1 into 1 is 1. So it will be like 1 only. For I equal to 1, what will happen? M will become 1 into second element of the array 2. So it will become 2. For I equal to 2, M will be becoming 2 into second index. So that is 3. 2 into 3 equal to 6. I equal to 3. It will become 6 into 4. 24. I equal to 4. It will become 24 into 5. So 120. I equal to 5. It will become 120 into 6. So 720. So after I equal to 5, then it will go again and like it will become 6, right? I equal to 6, it will become 6, but then I less than equal to 5, this condition is invalid. So it will not run again. 720 will be the final answer. Okay. So let me go to the next question. So this is about string length. You have an character array called assignment. Then there are some operations. It will not give error. That is for sure. It will not be out of index, like see, this is a string. So think carefully. It is in string, what happens? There is always an extra character. So that is not out of bound. I got one answer, a reversal of assignment. It is quite close, but not really. Yes, so actually the correct answer to the question is that there will be no output. And why is that? Let me explain. So what is happening here is that let's say you have I equal to 0, j equal to string length means what? You have p. P here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? So j equal to you have 10. Okay. Then you have I plus plus. So okay, let me come here. So then within that, what do we do? So t equal to p of i. P of I is a. Okay. So let me just write like this only. Okay. P of I. So p of 0 means p of j minus 1, j minus I. Okay. So p of j is what? 10. 10 minus 0. So that means p of 10. Right? Now, what is P of 10? Let me draw something. Let me say this is the index and this is the this is the character. Okay. So what initially when I assigned like this assignment, so A is I, G N A. And because it is a string at the end, what we have /0, right? Here the index is 0, 1, 3, 4. Okay. So that's what we have here. And after that, what will happen? P of 0 and then finally P of j minus I. So P of j is what? J is 10. And j of 10 will become the character A, right? But the thing to note here is what this part, what they're doing is that they're like just replacing the first character with the last character. Okay. So the issue is that the last character is /0. What will happen? /0 and A will get swapped. So here it will be like /0. Here it will be A. Okay, in the next step, obviously, those things will happen. T and A will get replaced. Then S and N will get replaced like that. So, like I'm just writing like this only. T N is so it will be like referrals of assignment. But the problem here is that we have a/0, which is null character at the beginning. Okay. So if we try to print it here, what it will print? It will just print nothing because like at the beginning, it is showing that null character. That means there is nothing behind that. And there is nothing before that as well. So the output will be empty. Is it clear to everyone? Okay. Let me go to the next question now. Okay. So we have two strings and then we are comparing with equal to, and we are printing that two strings are equal if it is true. So what will happen? Okay, any other answer? Okay, so what exactly happening here is that you have defined like this. Okay, so what it will happen? It will assign some location. Let's say we have a RAM again. There are some memory location. So whenever you say P equal to welcome, it will assign something like this. So let's say there are many buckets. Okay. Let me just draw it like this. Assume that there are like many blocks here. Okay. So it will assign this memory to store welcome. And it will like store like this W E L. Then when you come to character Q, similarly, it will give another location, maybe here. Okay. And it will also have like a W E like this. Okay. So the thing is that whenever you are saying equal to in this case, in case of like this is a character array, So this will compare not the content. It will not compare W if W is equal to W, or it will not compare if all the characters. It will not compare anything like that. It will just compare the address of P and address of Q are the same, because see, this is an array and only correct address is passed everywhere. So address of this, maybe it can be like 1000 position in the RAM. This can be like 2000 or anything. It can be different. But the thing is, main point is that it will be always different, because it has already allocated this location. Okay? That location is occupied. So whenever you are creating another array, it will give a new location. So always it will be different only. Okay. So this will never be true. If you want to compare two string properly, you can use strcom string compare function, but this is not the way. Equal to is not the way to compare any array or any string like that. Okay. So this will not be true if p equal to q. This is false. So there is no else statement. So it will not print anything. It will just exit. Okay. So the correct option is no output. Okay, write a C program to reverse an array. I'll not go to this question because you already saw the string reversal array, like integer arrays like that only. Okay. Okay, so I will discuss one more problem. Maybe another one you can try on your own. This is from HackerRank. So this is you can check the sample input. So the basic gist is that A will have some string, okay, and you have to print how many zeros are there, how many ones are there, how many twos are there, like that on that sequence. Okay, so here there are two ones, so two. There are like 1 2s. So for second index it is like 1. Now only 17 is there. So in 6th index it will be like on 7th index it will be like 1. Okay. For 5 6 same as well. There is no 9, so here is 0. There is no 8, so it is 0, like that. Okay. And then that's about it actually. Similarly, if you see here, there are 1 2 3 4 5 8s. Okay. In case of 8, we write that 5. In case of 0, like in case of 9, there is no 9, right? So we write we write like 0. Okay. So okay, I think it is already done quite. So what is happening here? We will define a function at first. Okay. We will define an array of frequency. In frequency, we have 10 elements for 10 digits, 0 to 9. And we are initializing that for every element in the array, just initialize it to 0 only. Okay. So this is what is happening here. Then after that step, what is the logic to calculate the number of digits? So one thing we can do is that we can complicate it, and we can like look at the one thing to note here is that these are characters. Okay, like this is string and everything here is character. So I cannot say like if the character equal to 2, that is not a good idea, because they will not match. One is integer, one is character. What if we do like if is equal to maybe 0, that is sorry, s of something, s of I equal to 0. That may work, but again, you have to hard code everything. There are like 10 digits. We don't really want 10 if statements, or we don't really want even switch statements, switch case statement for 10 of them. That is unnecessarily complicating. So what can we do? One thing we can do is that, let me write this. So first step is obviously we have to go through all the characters in the array. So for that, the simple step is int I equal to 0. Okay. For character, what do we need to check? We need to check if it is not equal to null, right? For string, we need to check if it is not equal to /0, right? If it is /0, then you can stop the loop. Okay. So we have to give, this is a character, so we have to give this one. Okay. So within the for loop, what do you have to do? The logic is written here, but basically, what do you have to do is that check if the number is if the character is greater than 0 and less than 9. So basically what's happening here is that let's say in ASCII, okay, if you check the ASCII values, let me just say again. So they are one after another only. Okay, so okay, I think this is good enough. So basically, ASCII value of 0 is 48, ASCII value of 1 is like 49, 2 is 50. So basically, if you want to let's say you have 57, okay, and if you subtract that with ASCII value of 0, okay, so what is this? 57 minus 48. So what is this? 9, right? So you can just remove the you can just subtract it with the ASCII value of 0 and get the number. Okay, so that is a very easy shortcut. So you can do like this. That at first you have to check if it is a number at all. Okay, because here they have told they have mentioned that it can be anything else as well, A, B, C, D, whatever. So we need to at first make sure that we are only dealing with numbers. So how to make sure that is the case? If S of I is greater than equal to 0, because see here in the ASCII table, it is like all the numbers start from 0 and ends with 9, and they are sequentially. So if it is a digit, it will be within this range only. So it will check if the ASCII value is between 48 and 56, 57, but you don't really need to write the ASCII number. It will you can just mention the character because this is a string comparison. It will be done automatically. Okay. So greater than equal to this one, and S of I less than equal to 9. So that's how are we checking? How we are checking that sorry, this is not, this will be string only. Otherwise it will just consider ASCII value of this with none. Okay, that is not correct option. So at this point we know that this is a digit. Okay, this is a digit. After that we have to check the value. And let's say value of the digit. We can just do that. That is of I minus 0 minus this 0. So it will do what? It will calculate the ASCII value of the digit which is in the string, subtract that from 0. Okay, so then we have the value. Then what we can do? We can just do frequency of sorry. What is the name of the array? Frequency. Frequency of value index called value. Okay. So plus. We can just do that. So basically, what will happen is that it will calculate. Let's say I have found a digit called 8. So it will go to the index 8 and increment the value. Okay. And finally, it will just print the value. So if we run the code, okay, so yeah, every test case is parsing let's say here, let's check this. This there is only 1 4. So 0 1 2 3 4. So 1 is there. There is 2 8. So this is the 8 index, 2 is there. All right. So yeah, this is how you can do this. Let me submit the code. It should be okay. Yeah, so all the test cases has passed. All right. So this is how you solve the problem. Next question is also easy. You should try it yourself.
Sir,
I will just, yeah, go ahead.
sir, in the condition instead of s of I not equals to the null character, can we do I less than str len of s?
Yes, you can also do that.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you can try this question yourself. I'll discuss this solution to the question in the next session. So thank you very much for joining. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, I'll end the session. Okay, so actually, I'll upload the slides very soon. You can go here. You can go here. So you have here. After like going to your course, you can go to problem solving session recording, and you can click there. Here I am uploading all the like lectures. So after all the slides. So after the session, you can check here after an hour or so. It will be there. Okay. And for like if you want to again watch the live session, I'll give a link here as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm ending the session. Thank you, everyone.